I don't know how many of you are artists, but working in the studio, you oftentimes will have these aha moments if you're actually paying attention. And paying attention is one of those things that's much harder than you think it is. This is a photo of I just put a new canvas. For any of you who know about working in clay, you oftentimes put a canvas on the tabletop to keep the clay from sticking to the table. So I just put a new canvas on there, and I was cutting shapes in the slab to pull up into volume. And after I moved everything from there was like this drawing that totally happened on accident. And so that, I had seen that a million times before, and I'd never really paid attention to it. I started thinking about the idea of the front and the back, which is sort of hilariously represented in this Cornelius Gisbrecht painting, and this is from 1670. So this is the painting, a trompe-l'oeil painting of the back of a painting.
It's surrealism before surrealism.
Yeah, and it was like, it's so contemporary
It's amazing,
though.
yeah.
No, it's contemporary, and this is like my favorite painting ever. And there's a wit and a sense of humor that's involved in this that I think is rarely matched even today. So, if you look behind a painting, that illusion of space is lost. And so what I wanted to do was try to give that imagined space some sort of form. I started making sculptures of paintings. I built these frames out of scrap wood, and I would construct a piece laying down so that, going back to that slab drawing that happened on accident, so that I couldn't see what was happening in the back of these paintings. So I'm building on the front, so if you can imagine this laying down, the back portion of this, I have no idea, I have a guess of an idea of what's happening on the back, but as I'm building the front, it's creating a completely different sculpture on the back. I was thinking about the soliloquy being this device to express to the audience an idea without acknowledging the place of the other actors on stage. So it can oftentimes have the feeling that the actor is breaking character and talking to the people directly. So in a sense, I view these pieces as breaking character as you walk around them. So here's the stage. If it is a painting, it is what it is, but as you walk around the piece, it breaks character in the same way that, say, going around the back of a Western would show you all the backdrops and everything that's holding it in place. When talking about the Dutch Vanitas still lifes, the word that always comes to mind is that idea of futility. So I wanted to take that notion of futility and conceptually turn it into an artistic gesture. And so that gesture becomes real when I'm painstakingly painting all of these flowers and then putting it in the kiln and then letting it undo all of that work. Ceramics is one of those things that is mutually agreed upon as being a marker of time. Most of what we know about ancient cultures comes from their ceramics, and there's 30,000 years of ceramics that tell us about people's cultures. And you're not going to find that in any other medium. So using ceramics, even though nothing is permanent on a long enough timeline, ceramics is one of those things that is as close to permanent as we can get, as we know. So also the choice to represent something fleeting in a semi-permanent material, I think, is a sort of a hopeful gesture.